Arlecchino works with the Klee team with constellations. She works with the Hutao VV Vape teams. She works with the diluc teams. Probably, well, this is once there's more testing, she probably will work well with the Ride and Overload teams. I don't know how good those will be though. But it's like Arlecchino works with everyone's teams. She also works with like the zhongli, bennett, relax, chill gameplay teams as well. This is forecast. C2. It uses instructor on xingqiu. So yeah, instructor xingqiu, then TTDS, VV, sucrose, and then noblesse. So it's just like extra. It's better to just get 20% extra attack to Arlecchino than worry about xingqiu damage. But this is a boss fight, so maybe in like an AoE fight you probably don't do instructor xingqiu, but maybe you do. Maybe she does so much damage as like a hyper carry that you do. What was that first hit? 5. Oh my god. Now that is good clickbait. 3 books in a row. It probably saves 1 second. So I mean, when it's a 9-second clear, I guess you care about what that 1 second. Why is it better than xingqiu bennett? Because as you can see here, the bennett doesn't trigger the reaction. So xingqiu is triggering the reaction there. You could use xingqiu normal attack right now. So if you use xingqiu normal attack, then you could use instructor on bennett. Maybe that's 1 second slower, because that's what I did. I did noblesse, xingqiu, and instructor bennett. But maybe it's 1 second faster doing this. Because look, you see there, so bennett's not doing a reaction, so he can't use instructor here. But like I said, you could just use a normal attack and then trigger the reaction. But maybe that's 1 second slower. But I wonder how much weaker a C1 R1 Arlecchino is. It can't be that much weaker. That would be 3 cost then. There's also some other gameplays. What is this? This is some C1 gameplay here. I'm interested like how much slower in this team C1 is. And if it's like 1 second slower, then that's crazy. So a lot of people are getting C1 R1 on Arlecchino. So this is C1 R1. I don't know what other constellations are on the rest of the team though. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm guessing there's like some constellations on the kazuha and the furina, but that's almost 500k normal attack. I mean, this is a Sevio video though. They're like one of the best plays. Yeah, so this is like what I was talking about in my guide. Look how you can just constantly switch out Arlecchino. So she's basically like, she's like Childe, Noel, all those kind of characters where you can flexibly swap them off. And you can't really do that with, you can't really do this with other Pyro characters. So she's got like a bit of an international vibe to her. It was like, how many times did he swap out? 3 times, right? 3 times that whole chamber. And you can't even swap, it's like most Pyro characters, you can't even swap them out once. It's a burst here. This is similar to like using Childe's burst. And the grouping kazuha and then just damaging the Childe. $380k. What the hell is that? $380k, 193. It's pretty decent builds. Signature. Oh. Key, furina. C2. Not bad, but Freedom Sword, C2 Kazuha. So yeah, now it's a bit expensive. 11.5 cost. Yeah, it's basically 12 cost team. But I mean, the Arlecchino is not even built properly, so you have to give them a bit of leeway. This is the run. Holy I mean, I'm guessing, is this C6? So a lot of C6 players are playing furina. There we go. Oh! That was it! It's not that hard. I just had to tank the hit there.
Transfixed. Strike a pose. Let the world come alive. Everybody stand back. Wind strike. Witness my rise.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Wasn't as fast as you though, because that burst animation takes so long. C1 R1. Oh, this person's doing N3. So that was with Jade Spear. See R2 Jade Spear and Echoes. Yeah, so this is the mono Pyro test. But even here you're using bennett. It's the other characters who you replace really. Unless you're playing like a chevreuse team. But if you don't play bennett, you're probably losing out on a lot of damage. Because they're doing a speed on strat. Can they one rotate? Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, they did it. See, I would have liked to have done this, but my ping was too high to try and one rotate PMA. But you can see, I mean, you can see even like an unfinished Arlecchino, she can still one rotate PMA at C0, which is pretty cool. I mean, I guess xiangling does get multi-hits here. So xiangling is doing a lot of extra damage that she wouldn't normally do. But to be fair, you can dash with Arlecchino to get extra multi-hits, which is what they're doing as well. I wouldn't be surprised if mono Pyro is more damage than overload. Mixed. Alley flash, nice. The catch, interesting. Oh, Freedom Sword, that's fine. C0. Okay, this is low budget. The best team? No, I don't think it's the best team. I think it's probably the best run so far, but there's probably room for optimization. So this is not an insane one. This is like more of a relatable run with xingqiu, Kazuha, bennett. So you can see this here. So you can see what they do here. It's like you cannot do this with Hu Tao. So this is how you see the flexibility of. So this is why you can't really compare them, because you can't do that. You can't group with Kazuha and then swap back in to your Hu Tao or your Yoimiya or whoever. You can't do that with them. With Arlecchino, there's like no downtime. You see that? There's no downtime. So that's why in my video, some people found it weird. I felt that she was like an on-field xiangling, which is a bit scuffed. In hindsight, some people said that I should have said that she's like a Pyro Noelle. You can switch to Kazuha, you can switch back into her. You don't need to wait for her infusion to come back. So in a spreadsheet calculation, this would not be a factor at all. But as you can see, in game, this is very important. So yeah, you can switch back to Kazuha, keep attacking, switch back into Kazuha again, then keep attacking. And yeah, theoretically, you would never see this difference. So yeah, this is why I tell people not to compare the theoretical DPS, and why it doesn't really mean anything. Is because if you start comparing the theoretical DPSs, then you ignore all these different gameplay advantages. I guess like Kuchin can do that as well, maybe. Yeah, it's like international. I'm pretty sure this guy actually says that. So this is their review. They basically say that like this character's like rotations are really, you have lots of flexibility and freedom. There's like countless different like rotations you can use. And they say, I think that child international players will like her. I guess that's kind of similar to when I said that I thought she was like on field xiangling. Are we in the C1 over R1? No, me personally, I prefer the weapon. Firstly, I don't buy the battle pass, and then also I don't have like Jade wing spear. So for me, the weapon is quite a big upgrade, and also it looks good, looks better. So I know she's strong, but I don't pull for strength anyway. So you can accept that she's very strong, but it doesn't mean you need to pull her if you don't want to. So this is the melt team. This is C1 and the C6 Kaeya. Freedom Sworn? Freedom Sworn. C2, but I don't think they're even using C2. So this is actually pretty realistic. If they don't use Kazuha's burst, this is actually, well, if you have C6 Kaeya. If you have C6 Kaeya, of course, which I'm not even close to having myself. Yeah, it's a free-to-play Kaeya. I'm surprised they're not using Noblesse on Kaeya. Maybe they need the ER from Emblem. Yeah, YouTube, you just have to look in the description. Oh, nice! Look at that. See, this is, so what is it? This is like 5.5 cost, so it's not even. This is not even that expensive. But as you can see, this is like next level. Wait, hold on. So 70k, 366k. I wonder if Kaeya is better than Yelan. It might be close. The good thing about Kaeya is that he scales in AoE as well, which is nice. Because when you kill enemies, it extends his burst. So that's another melt. But I mean, this is basically the diluc team, but I guess it's just like a better version of power creep for the old diluc team, I guess. The diluc plays plunge now anyway, so most people don't really care. So yeah, I mean, this looks very similar to the old diluc strats, but it's just more damage. No, his cryo is enough because she does normal attacks. So the good thing about being a normal attack character is their application is usually not that high unless they attack really fast, which she doesn't. So I mean, look, as you can see, look, you're getting constant melts. It might take a bit of resetting, like there might be a bit of RNG to it, I don't know, because I can't test it because I don't have C6 Kaeya. I think most people don't, but I mean, this team looks, it depends on how much energy problems there are. I don't think, it doesn't look like there is that much energy problems, to be honest, because look, the Fav Sword Kaeya at C6, he's like 80% of the way to his burst as soon as you use it, and then after that you don't use Arlecchino burst, you don't use Kazuha burst. As long as your Bennett can cast his burst, it seems like this team can work in multiple chambers without any energy issues. But also, I mean, to be honest, in my experience, when you do Kaeya's skill then burst, sometimes he doesn't absorb it. Was that not even Gladiator? Yeah, it wasn't. The diluc team, this is the diluc team. So if anyone doesn't know, before Shen Yun came out, this used to be the diluc team. A lot of people thought he used to peaceably played in vape teams, but no, this was the diluc team. Like I said in my Arlecchino guide, diluc is like one of the only pyros who you can actually switch out. So this is very similar to Arlecchino, because diluc can actually keep his infusion, whereas most pyros can't. But it looks like Arlecchino melt is just the diluc melt, but with like Fontaine scalings instead of like Mondstadt. But you don't need kazuha's burst though. It looks like because diluc, you use his elemental skill and normal attacks, he probably applies more pyro, so it should be even easier to play. So whereas the diluc team was hard to play, it looks like this team is pretty easy to play because there's no crazy setup. You don't need to do no kazuha cryo infusion setup. Looks like you just press left click and she melts all her hits. I'll be interested to try this to see if this was cherry picked gameplay or if this is like super legit. Wait, hold on. He generated less energy there. Did he not catch all the cryo parts? See, this is what I mean. So a lot of the time when I use the kaeya skill then burst, he absorbs some particles before he even is able to catch them. So you can see here, yeah, that one was also halfway. Whereas if you look at it later on in the chamber 3, yeah, see this one, look, it filled up way higher. It's like you have to be really quick. Yeah, so I did about half. And I don't even have C6, by the way. I've got C3. So with C6, he generates 15 energy. Does Bennett even use Instructor here?
Wow. Where did that come from?
He doesn't, because he doesn't melt. So in the diluc team, you use Instructor, but then the setups are more complex. So this is just a more simple setup version then. I mean, you probably need C6 kaeya. With the C6 kaeya, you get the faster cryo application. Actually, your Bennett won't even have energy problems because you'll always start with the Arlecchino E. So Arlecchino will always funnel energy into Bennett. So even Bennett won't have energy problems. So the only people you cast their bursts is Bennett and kaeya. I don't know if it's better than Vape, but I mean, it's just another team. It looks like an amazing team. Yeah, it does. So basically, it's like an easier to play version of the diluc team. Except obviously, I mean, you can see the Arlecchino is almost dead. So as long as you don't die, it looks like an easier to play diluc mode team. So Jeff has C6 kaeya. Maybe you guys, if anyone's in his chat later, maybe if he streams later, you guys can ask him to try this out. He might not like it though because it's a very hyper carry focused team, but he can try it out. But yeah, this is just C1. This is C1 Arlecchino with unfinished. She hasn't even finished being built. She's using mixed set, so she's not even using gladiator. I don't know how much of an increase mixed set is for her signature set is for mixed, but it's definitely over 10%. Maybe like even 15% more damage. Abyss Path evens out. Yeah, but they've also got unleveled talents as well. So unleveled talents and mixed set, I think there's still more potential. What do you say? Could TCS Mona be a substitute for Bennett as buffer? No. So far, I regret to inform you, but so far I've seen a lot of Arlecchino gameplay. And unfortunately, whether you're playing Vape, Mono Pyro, Melt or chevreuse teams, every single team I've ever seen play Arlecchino has used Bennett. The Bennett theory that we said, it's like even more true now. Every character for the past year, apart from Alhaitham and Neuvillette, are Bennett mains. Alhaitham doesn't, but Alhaitham technically does. If you're doing some speed runs, Alhaitham technically does. But I can show you Overload. It's not super impressive, but it's okay. But as you can see, the main thing holding this team back is, we were talking about it yesterday in my Discord, the main thing holding this team back is that Fischl doesn't really do much here. So you can see Fischl's damage isn't that great, and she's providing no buffs. Whereas Raiden just has Kudasara, who provides a lot of buffs for her. So I think the thing holding the Overload back is just one more character, like some sort of Electro character. Not Sarah, that's a bit has less energy problems than Sarah, but also provides buffs. Why do you still prefer? I don't prefer Hu Tao. I've actually said so. I don't like comparing characters and PvPing, but I do think Hu Tao doesn't even compare. I've never said that I thought Hu Tao was better. And actually, I kind of think it's kind of copium. What is this? Oh, child burst or child just charge attacks. Yeah, it's fine. Or normal attacks. I think I do normal attacks there. You don't need charge. Yeah, and then his burst. So it's the international strat, but you on-field Arlecchino. So here, I wonder if you even use Child's burst. You probably do, or you might not. It might just be a waste of time. You might just brute force with Arlecchino. Yeah, it's a waste of time. So Child's mostly there for the child strats for Chamber 2. He also had, yeah, true. He also has a normal attack buff as well. No, this definitely is not C0. This is like not even close to C0.